Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Cindy Byer, and with me I have Tyler Green. And thank you for joining me in today's workout. It's our lazy man's way of stretching. So slide on off the couch or off the chair that you're lounging around in. You can even do it in the bed that you're in right now if you're still tucked into bed. Grab a friend, grab your neighbor, not really your neighbor, but grab someone who's sitting near you, or maybe in the other room. Give a shout out to your kids who are on their games right now. Have them come in because I'm going to show you how to do these stretches individually, all on your own, and or if you have someone who's with you, to do assisted stretching. A lot of times when we're sitting around all the time, our body starts to get tight. We try to do some stretching on our own, but we don't get the most out of it. So I'm going to show you both how to do it all by yourself, but also how to do it where you have someone else assisting you in the process. So slide on down to the floor and let's go. Let's stretch away, move away, and get our body moving and some of the tight muscles released. All right, we're going to start with just a roll-up. So we've done this before. I'm going to show you first how to do it all on your own. Then I'm going to also jump over here with Tyler and do it with him so you can see how you can get a little bit more out of that same move. So for a roll-up, what you're going to do is you're just going to have your legs separated slightly in front of you. Your arms are going to be forward. And then from there, all you're going to do is just roll down to the floor. We've done this before. If you haven't, this is your first time, that's okay too. Arms come up towards the ceiling. Then you roll yourself up, coming up however you are able to. So I'm doing it a couple times, but you'll notice that it's harder for Tyler to get up. And sometimes it is harder. And there's ways to modify it for yourself. You just take one leg and you reach it forward. So go ahead, Tyler, try that. Try to bring in one leg and then reach it forward as you're going up. But if you see that it's still difficult to do all on your own, and you have someone who can assist you with it, what they can simply do is come over and kneel with you, grab your hands, and then roll up. Now, I'm not really pulling him at all. I'm just there to help guide him. Go ahead and roll back down. Now, if I'm kneeling here, I'm going to cue you. So, Tyler, press your legs against my legs. Drop your chin towards your chest. Roll yourself up. Now, if you're fortunate enough to have someone assisting you in this, all they're doing is going along with you with their hands. If you don't, sometimes just simply having something to press between their legs will help as well. Good. Try about 3 more of those. Rolling up. And notice I can also just press down onto his feet here. And then do 2 more. Rolling up from there. And now do 1 more. I'll see if you can do this one without me. Go back down. Bring 1 leg up. And roll up with that leg. Very nice. And reach forward. Now, in addition to that, we also can do a spine stretch forward, which we've done before. If you're just sitting there by yourself, you just bring your legs out front, your arms are reaching, and you round your spine. So go ahead and do that with me, Tyler, here. We're rounding our spine forward, and we sit up tall. And do that again. So you just round forward. Now, if I feel like I'm not getting enough out of that, there's 2 things that I can do if I have someone along with me. If you're by yourself today, don't worry, you can continue with that spine stretch forward. I'm going to sit closer to him here. And now, Tyler, you're going to pull your belly in towards your back, and I'm going to bring you this way. And I want you to play tug of war and pull away from me. Very good. Now, I can do the same stretch at the same time. Now, sit up tall. So we both get that benefit of the stretch. Now, whoever's more flexible has their legs on the outside of each other. Roll back. So pull the belly in and act like you're trying to play tug of war. So if I'm pulling you back this way, you want to pull me that way. So we find that balance point where we're both getting that stretch. And then sit up as tall as you can. So slide those shoulders down. Good. Do 2 more here. Belly comes in towards the back. Now if you feel me pulling you this way, instead of pulling with your arms, think of pulling through your abs. So pulling backwards as you go. That's right. And then sit up tall. And again, if you are doing this by yourself and you don't have someone here with you, you just simply act as if someone was there. So put your hands up and pretend my hands were still holding yours. Pull the belly in towards the back. So now, instead of me trying to touch my toes, I'm acting like I'm trying to pull someone away, as if there was someone there. So I can just imagine they're there and pull through my abdominals in that process. Let's do about 2 more here. So you round the spine, pulling back, sitting up tall. One more, round that spine, and then sit up tall. Then from there, go ahead and lay down on your back. And what we'll do from here is we're gonna do leg work. So you're gonna lay down on your back with your face facing the ceiling, and you're gonna take one leg, take the leg that's further away, and bring it up, bend your opposite knee. So then what we're gonna do from here is just lower that leg down, swing it out to the side, and around and up. So what we're doing first is we're mobilizing that hip. All right, do that again. Two more in that same direction.
Is it okay if it pops and can do it?
If it's popping, he asked if it's okay if it pops. As long as you're not feeling pain with the pop, what I would say is it has to do with the lack of stability that you have right now in that hip socket. So if you balance with the other side of your pelvis, if you feel like that side is anchoring down and you make the circle smaller, that will help quite a bit. So just don't go as wide when it's popping. You should feel this through the abdominals. Good, reverse the direction. Same leg, reverse. For some of you, it might be hard to hold that leg up, and that's okay. That kind of happens. Especially if you're not used to holding your leg up straight, you can support it. On another video, we'll do some things with towels. Bring the other leg up. So again, you're going to lower the leg down first, circle it out to the side, around and up. Now it's not how big can I make that circle. You want to hold your pelvis still. So really focus on the leg that's staying bent and staying still, trying to make sure that that knee stays pointing straight to the ceiling. Reverse the direction. So this is what you're doing all by yourself. You can have a partner sitting there with you doing it, but prefer, this is one that you're doing by yourself. One more in that same direction, then place that foot down. Now, for the stretching portion, you're going to bring that leg back up from here. So go ahead and do that. You're going to take your hand, place it on the outside of that leg. You're going to straighten the bottom leg out. So take this bottom leg and straighten it out. And then you're going to reach that leg just gently across the body here, trying to anchor your hip down. Very good. You should feel that stretch on the side of your hip. Then bring the leg back up. Do that again. So you're going to bring that leg across. You'll notice that I don't hold my stretches for very long, and it's because I'm trying to increase the mobility and the movement of the hip joint without compromising the strength. So I don't want to increase flexibility but lose strength. I just want to increase flexibility and keep my strength. Good. Bring that leg down. Do the other side. So the leg is going to come up, my hand is going to come across, and I'm going to pull that leg across my body and then bring it back up. And do that again. We'll do it 3 times on this side, and then we'll go back to the other side. And if you're by yourself doing this, perfectly fine, just continue like this. If you have someone to assist you, I'm now going to show you what you can do. Very good. Now bring this other leg back up. Slide this leg down. You bring the leg up towards the ceiling. Now, instead of Tyler putting his hand on this side, I'm going to be on this side, and I'm going to assist in that stretch. So I'm going to bring that leg over. So Tyler, if I go too far, tap your hands or just shout or scream or something. That's fine. So I'm going to bring that leg over. Now, what I want to do is make sure this leg is not rolling with it. So I'm going to straddle his leg and support it with between my legs. I'm going to come across the body here. Now, in that process, feel like your hip is pulling down. So anchor there. Good. And then come back across. So the assister, or the person who's helping you, is going to be supporting your bottom leg, supporting your leg here, and trying to remind you to pull that hip down as you go. Do you feel like that goes a little further? Say it louder.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. They can't see your head shape. One more on this side. Bring the leg across. Feel like the hip is coming down. That's it, good. Very good. And then back up. Bring this leg down. Straighten that leg out. So now we're going to go to the other leg again. If you're on your own, you place your hand, so go ahead and do this Tyler real quick. Take your hand on the outside of your leg so that we can remind everyone how to do that. And you pull that leg across. If you can't keep your head down, that's okay. If your head has to come up, that's okay. But now what I'm going to glute. I'm going to help support. I'm stabilizing and supporting the bottom leg. I'm now going to take my hand, you can put your hand down. I'm going to try to straighten his leg. So what I'm doing, because his hamstring is tight, so his knee is bending, I'm pulling him down slightly so I can keep that leg straight. Because if I allow the knee to bend, then I'm not going to get as much of a stretch up in that piriformis area. So I'm going to come here. Now, Tyler, try to anchor your hip down. Very good. And then I'm going to come across again. And I'm going to do that again. So I'm going to pull the leg down. I'm going to draw it across the body. I'm going to slide it up to where he allows me to, meaning going towards his shoulder. Anchor that hip. So feel like you're pulling it back. That's it. That's it. Good. It wasn't just one, that's it. It was two. You got 2 stars on that one. Let's get up to 5 stars. No, we got 1 more here. So if you're on your own, just imagine you're doing this by yourself and think of pulling that hip down into the socket all by yourself. You have the ability to do all of this on your own. Having someone to assist helps to teach your body how to do it properly. Excellent. All right, now from there, just stay laying down on your back, and if you're with a partner, you can just slide over so you can either do the work with them, you can pause the video. Once it's recorded, I'm going to upload it to YouTube for you to watch again. You can pause and then go back and forth between each other. All right, so now we're going to go into a little bit more of an exercise that some of you might be familiar with, and we're going to do what's called a figure 4. So we're going to take this one leg, have both knees bent, and bring it up and cross over the other leg. So it's just in this position here. Then from there, you're going to bend your opposite knee and pull from the hip to pull the legs in towards your chest. But instead of holding it there, you're going to move in and out. Why? I want to work my abs every time I can. So by pulling my leg in and then tapping my foot down, I now start firing into my lower abs as I'm doing this stretch. Now, in the process of this stretch, what I'm doing is I'm also going to take my hand on the inside of my bent knee here and press that leg away from me as my legs come towards my chest. Then I'm going to lower the legs down, and I'm going to do that again. So I'm getting some ab work along with this nice little stretch here. I'm not really intensifying the stretch. That's not the goal that I have. The goal that I have is to increase the mobility of my hip. Good. Place that foot down, switch to the other side. So the other leg comes up and across in this turned out position as if I'm just sitting. Then I'm going to bring both legs up, pulling this leg in towards my chest. I'm going to take my hand and place it on the inside of that thigh. And I'm going to press on the inside of the thigh as if I'm trying to push my knee away. And then I'm going to lower my legs down as if I'm trying to tap my feet. At that point, I feel my abs kicking in. If you feel your abs kicking in, give me a thumbs up, give me a heart if you love it. I like getting my abs worked along with everything else I'm doing. So I never miss an opportunity to work my abs with what I'm doing. So I'm pulling my knee in, and as my knee comes in, I'm resisting with my other hand against my thigh, and then I'm tapping it down. Let's do one more on this side. Then I'm going to show you, as we go to the other side, how to do it to intensify that stretch if you have a partner. If you don't continue with those movements that we just did, we're going to go back to the original leg. Now, Tyler, go ahead and lift this leg up and place it on top of the other leg in that turned out position. Then you're going to lift your legs like we did before. Now I'm going to place his foot right here on the front of my hip and my thigh. And what I'm going to do is bend my opposite knee. You can see how I'm now supporting him right here. So his foot is just really nice and supported right in the front of my hip. And my leg here can help guide what's going to happen. I'm now going to come in and act as if I'm his hand. His hand was on the inside of the side. So now, as I come in, I'm pulling. With this hand, I'm pulling that leg out to the side as I'm pushing with this hip. Do you feel that? Yeah. Okay. Then I'm going to come out, and then I'm going to allow the legs to lengthen back. Good. Now I'm going to do it again. As I come in closer, I'm going to pull gently onto that leg. I'm supporting his leg with my hand right here. You can't see it, but I have my hand underneath his calf. And I'm pushing here. What I want to be wary of or be mindful of is not to allow his pelvis to twist. What's happening here is as I'm pulling here, I'm pulling so much here that his body and his hips are turning, I don't want that to happen. So I have to be a little bit more mindful to stabilize this side of his body while I'm pressing here to try to prevent that from happening. Now, Tyler, what I want you to do here is work your abs by pulling your rib down towards your pelvis on that right side. Yeah, there. That way, he's not turning as much. And then reach back out and do one more. So my job, even though some people, when they work with me, think, I really want to try to hurt them, I really don't. I'm trying to just increase their mobility and increase their strength. Switch sides. So if you're on your own, just continue to go back through that figure 4, down and up like we did before. If you're assisting someone, they place their leg in this figure 4 position. You're going to lift the other leg, and you're going to place it right here at the front of the pelvis into kind of below the rib cage, but a little bit onto the thigh. I'm going to bend that knee so his leg is nice and supported. I can guide him wherever I want him by simply shifting my hips forward and back. That's how I stabilize. Now I'm going to take my other knee and put it right in line with his leg, and I'm going to support that leg with my hand here as well. So my wrist is hanging out on my quad. I'm going to take my opposite hand on the inside of his thigh, and then I'm going to gently, I'm going to pull away first. Now connect with your abdominals by pulling your ribs down. Good. Now allow your lower back to roll up as I'm pulling and pressing in. Very nice. What I just have him do is activate his abdominals to support and stabilize and take a little bit of the brunt of the stretch so that his lower back could get a stretch, along with the outer part of his thigh, his glutes, his piriformis, all of that. You doing okay?
Yep.
Now, what he misses out on me with the assistance is he's not getting as much ab work. However, he's getting a little bit more mobility and release into the outer part of his glute, his piriformis. And if someone suffers from sciatica, this is a great way to start releasing that. Good, take your leg down from there. Stay laying right there. So now, hopefully you guys are feeling that and enjoying that. It's a great way to help someone else out in a stretch. Make sure that they also allow you to get the stretch as well. Moving forward, we're now going to do a little bit more for the hips. The reason I'm focusing so much on the hips is that we sit. And as we sit, everything through here starts to get tight. And when that gets tight, our lower back gets tight. And a lot of people have been messaging me saying, what can I do to release my lower back? My lower back is hurting, my hips are hurting, my lower back. So that's why I'm doing a lot into this area here. When you lay down, we're gonna do a hip opener. It's a really fun, easy, lazy way to stretch and open that hip. You lay down, just place your arms out to the side here. You're gonna take one leg and just simply allow it to fall to the side wherever it goes. I'm flexible, so watch this. I can pop my leg all the way down. Now, I can pop that leg down without my opposite side lifting up. Most people can't. Most people, this leg, as they try to go further here, will start to balance by pulling here or by going with you. As you open that leg to the side, you only go as far as you can keep this hip from lifting off the floor. Now from there, go ahead and do that about 2 more times on that same side. And again, I'm going to show you how to do it on your own, and then I'm going to show you how to help your partner stabilize in that movement. Hold that there. Now from there, you're going to take this leg that's open to the side, keep it turned out, and just slide the leg straight down onto the mat, still turned out. Then turn the hip towards the ceiling so the knee points up, and then bend the knee to slide it in. Because again, like I said before, I love to work my abs even when I'm stretching. So I'm going to turn that hip to the side, and I'm going to slide that leg down. I'm really activating. I should feel my lower abs kicking in. Turn the hip towards the ceiling, knee points up, and slide that knee back in. You're going to do that again. Now be very conscious of what's happening with this other leg. This other leg stays still, so we don't want this leg to move. Slide that leg down, turn it towards the ceiling, keeping this leg still, and then bend the knee up. Same leg is now going to start pointing towards the ceiling and just slide it out straight. Then you're going to turn the hip to the side, bend the knee so it points to the side as you're coming in, and then turn the leg towards the ceiling. Do that again. You have an option with this if you wanted to make it more challenging for yourself. Instead of keeping the leg completely on the floor, you do have the option, if you wanted to, is to have the leg lifted and reach and slide, turn and rotate, and then pull it up and in without it touching the floor. But you really need to connect so deeply onto that opposite side into the obliques to stabilize your spine, or keep the leg on the floor. Now let's do the other leg. So still staying on the floor, you're gonna take the other leg and let it fall to the side. So you won't see where my leg is falling all the way, but what you can notice is if I allow this side to lift up, what you'll see, watch, it pops up, right? So I'm over-exaggerating it so you can see. I don't want this portion of my back off the mat. So sometimes if you take your other hand and place it underneath it, you can feel when you disconnect from it. So take the leg that's turned out and try to make sure that it only falls to the side as much as this can stay down onto your hand. Now, close that leg back up. Be mindful that this leg is not opening to the side here. It stays pointing up. Turn it out to the side, and then bring it back up. Really being mindful of this hip on this side of your body. Now, go ahead and slide that leg straight on the floor. Turn it towards the ceiling, and bend the knee in. Turn it out to the side again. Bring it out straight. All the while thinking of connecting into the abs. Try not to miss that opportunity to get the ab work in. One more here. And reach it out straight. Turn it towards the ceiling and bend it in. Reverse the direction so the knee starts pointing towards the ceiling. You're going to slide the leg out. Rotate it to the side. Bend the knee in. And rotate it back up. I'm noticing that this leg is starting to wiggle. What that's telling me is that I'm losing my obliques, stabilizing my pelvis on this side. So I have to really think. Rib cage pulls towards my pelvis to really lock in. So my leg on this side doesn't wiggle and wobble. Let's do one more here. After you finish this last one, if you have a partner that you're working with, go ahead and come up with me. If you don't, we're going to go back to the other leg, and you just lay there and you're going to do another set of what we've just been doing. If you're going and assisting a partner, what's going to happen here is my job now is to help stabilize the leg that's going to stay still. So the move is going to be the same. So what I'm going to do is, if you remember, like when I was growing up in the 80s, we had to do the presidential physical fitness test. If you ever had to do that growing up, give me a thumbs up. I actually love doing it. But if you remember, they had that sit-up test and you had to go and sit on people's feet and hold, supporting here. That's kind of what you're going to do, but you're going to be on one side. Then you're going to allow, so Tyler's going to still do that same move. I'm just assisting. I'm not doing a move with him. I'm going to allow that leg to move to the side, but what you're not going to notice is that I'm pulling him this way to try to balance him out. So I'm not pushing that knee to the side. I'm trying to balance his hip down by holding my legs, by straddling here and hugging here. I'm going to allow that leg to move to the side. Now, if I can't get this side down, I'm going to take the palm of my hand and press right into where I feel his hip bone is. Press there. You feel how that pulls your knee up?
Yeah.
So it holds his knee up. So now he's not going as far to the side, but now he's balanced. What I'm doing here is I'm pushing my belly against his leg, and my hand supports his pelvis here. Now, straighten that leg down to the floor. Very nice. Now turn the hip up and bend the knee in. Now, if you're assisting someone, and this is the first time you're doing it, if your hand is down on their pelvis, continue to do that. What you're going to feel, you might feel the muscle pushing up against your hand here. It's kind of cool. What you're feeling is the engagement of his psoas and into the obliques, trying to help stabilize against this move. It's a really cool feeling. He might not be able to feel it, but I sure can. Bring that leg straight. Now go back to that direction here. Good. Turn the hip to the side, bend the knee in, and bring it up to the ceiling. Do that again. Do you feel that difference with me supporting you?
I do.
And one more. You could say no if you didn't.
I do.
Come back up. Let's do the other side. So the other leg is going to come out to the side. So again, when I'm helping him, I'm going back into my presidential physical fitness days where I'm supporting his leg by squeezing between mine. Now I'm gonna hold here, and you're gonna pull that leg out to the side. But I notice that I can't stabilize really well here, so I'm gonna take my hand and place it right down onto this part of his pelvis. And I'm gonna take my body and support here. So now that leg is gonna go to the side. Now you continue, straighten that leg out. If you don't have someone to assist you, that's okay, it's no problem. Now I'm gonna move and change my hand so that you can see a little bit better of what's going on. I'm stabilizing here. Continue, do one more on that side. So his hip goes out to the side as I'm supporting and stabilizing here. Reverse the direction, so straighten the leg out, turn the hip out to the side, around and up. So what I'm incorporating into the workout today is a little bit of Pilates type work, combined with a little bit of Thai massage type work, and a little bit of assisted stretching. It's a whole combination of all of those things at one time. Very nice, come around, and then up. Now here's a little bit of a bonus. If you're working with someone, and you have someone sitting there, if you want to give them a really cool low back stretch, I'm going to show you what you can do here. If you're on your own, I'll show you in just a second what you can do. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to wrap my legs underneath him. Go here, I'm going to put my hands underneath his knees, and then I'm just going to pull, right? I'm going to go here, and I'm going to just sit back and pull slightly. And what that does is it helps to give a little traction to his lower back. If you're on your own, what you can do when you're there is all you're going to do is have your hands behind your head and just simply arch your lower back, right? And then release it. So all I'm doing is taking my pelvis and tilting it away from me. So you're going to, from here, just arch your lower back. So bring your hands out to the side a little bit more so they can see. So you're going to take your pelvis and tilt it this way. So it's like you're trying to go back bend through here. Your pelvis arches, so the lower back comes up, and then release it down. Good, do it again. So he's lifting up his lower back and releasing it down. Very nice. You guys hanging in there with me today? Awesome. All right, so now we're gonna do a couple more. So from here, when you're laying down on your back, right after that, I'm gonna place my arms out to the side if they're not there already. Then from here, what I'm going to do is take both of my legs and turn them to one side, keeping both of my shoulders onto the floor. What happens is my other shoulder wants to come up. You'll see it more on the other side. Now, bring both legs back up. Then do it to the other side. This is a really nice stretch for your lower back. Notice on this side here, my shoulder wants to pop up with me. I want to really focus on keeping it down. So I'm going to look in the direction that I'm going. Bring both legs up again. Continue that move. Now, when you do this, if you feel as if you want a little bit more of a stretch or that you can handle a little bit more, you can do one-legged in this move. This is going to be a nice stretch for the lower back, but if I'm going to go one-legged, my legs are to the ceiling, what I'm going to do is straighten my bottom leg out. I'm going to take this leg up, and I'm going to bring it across my body, and that will hit a little higher up in rotation into your spine than what you just did. Then bring that leg up and lead with the pelvis. Bring the leg down, go to the other side. The other leg straightens, leg lifts, and you're going to bring it around. What you'll feel if you're doing it on your own is that the twist comes higher up into the thoracic spine, whereas when both legs were going, it was into more of the lower back and come back. So bring that leg back down. Now, continue that move if you're doing it on your own, or if you're doing it with a partner. We're going to do both moves assisted. So Ty, bring both legs up. And again, I want to support him as much as I can. So I'm going to hold his legs into my hands here. I'm going to twist and rotate him to the side here. So he's there now. I've brought him there. But now I'm going to bring my leg here, and then I'm going to support by pushing down onto his opposite shoulder to try to keep that side down as I'm continuing to push here. If I wanted to, I could also take my other leg, bring it close to his lower back, and push his hips that direction more as I'm pulling back the other way. Good, come back up, other side. So both legs come up, and you're going to then bring them to the opposite side here. So I'm going to assist in bringing them down. Once I'm there, I'm going to scoot in so that I have the ability with this leg here to really push him where I want to go. So I'm going to bring this leg here, and I'm going to bring my leg here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to push his hips here as I'm pulling here. So I'm actually creating this counter pull. So I'm pulling his hips on this side here, and then I'm going to press right there. I moved my leg out of the way so you could see what I'm doing. So if my leg was here, it would push him this way, and my hand here would push him in the opposite direction. Now come back to the center. Again, you can just do the move we did before. Now, straighten this leg down. Lift this leg up. Now we're back to the single leg. Now from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to support underneath his knee, and I'm going to bring him over to the side like so. All right? Now, it's a much higher stretch, much deeper rotation of the spine. So I will go into it a little bit slower when I'm doing it individually in assistance. So I'm going to bring, you notice what I just did is I stepped in closer. I brought my leg across his body here so I can bring him over and hook his leg onto my leg here, take my hand back here, and then I'm going to bring him down here. My other leg is coming up and pushing and supporting his pelvis in that process. Do you feel that difference?
Yeah.
Now, what I do with this leg is I'm taking my leg and actually pushing his knee towards his shoulder to create a greater stretch through there. Come back, switch to the other side. Again, all of this can be done all on your own. I'm just showing you some ways, some things to do where if you have someone with you, they can help you along the way. And sometimes people are like, oh, I need to know how to stretch, I don't know how to do this, or my back is hurting and I need something released. Now you have a video that you can show them how to assist you in that process. So again, I'm going to support with my hand under his knee. My hand is here. I'm going to bring the leg over the body. Then I'm going to bring my body over, and I'm going to scoot as close to him as I can so that my knee is tucked behind his knee and his thigh, so that I have the ability to move that leg wherever I want it. My hand is going to come here. I'm going to press down here, and I'm going to guide his knee closer to his body. If I have to, I can also stabilize his pelvis here. So he's doing a pretty good job at keeping his shoulder down, so I don't need to help him. I can pull here at his hip as I'm pressing his leg up towards his shoulder. And then come back and bring that leg across and rest from there. Very nice. Now you can sit up from here. So now we're going to do a couple more movements just to stretch you to the side. Your arm is going to come up and over because I know I'm just out of time, and I promise that I'm going to hold it to about 30 minutes. Come back up. Other side. We'll do some more on another day as well. If you like this video, please comment. Let me know that you would like some more on the assisted stretching, and I'll do some additional ones. And tune in tomorrow for the next video because I'm going to give you an entire workout that you can do laying in your bed. You don't even have to get up. So tune in tomorrow, and I'll see you then. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.